all remember the scorpion and frog story. This was about a scorpion that wanted to cross a river and asked the frog to take him across. And the frog said, "How can I trust you that you won't sting me?" And the scorpion said, "Well, if I stung you, then I would die as well." So the frog believed him, and they went across the river. And halfway across the river, the scorpion stung the frog, and the frog could feel the poison building up. And just before he went under, he said, Why? To the scorpion. And the scorpion said, "I couldn't help it. It's my nature." So let's consider the nature of the NHS. The NHS is a politically set up delivery system for delivering medical procedures and medical solutions to medical problems, and to produce them so that they'll be the same all over the country. So if you have a hip replacement, or if you have a heart problem of stroke, or if you have a problem of cancer, if you have a multiple pile-up on a motorway and your bones are broken, yes, the NHS will be able to look after you, and will be able to look after you really well. And certainly better than anybody else, because they know what they're doing, they've established procedures, they have scientific evidence that they think can support them, and they have the support of the pharmaceutical industry and of suppliers of medical equipment and all the rest. But what about depression? How would it be if depression was not an illness? How would it be if actually the causes of depression were nothing to do with viruses, were nothing to do with bodies and minds that were breaking up, were nothing to do with genetic factors? They wouldn't know what to do, would they? And if you asked the NHS to deal with this so-called depression epidemic, then all they would know what to do is, like the scorpion, treat it as a medical industry. Treat it as something that they would have to treat by finding the diagnosis, finding where the body and the brain wasn't working, and then applying a treatment. Applying a treatment of a drug treatment or even a therapy treatment. And this therapy treatment that they'd be looking for would have to be the same all over the country, so it would have to be standardized. But if there isn't an illness, and if actually therapy is not standardized, and some therapists are better than others, and that there are no silver bullets, there are no standardized treatments, and that it actually depends on the quality of the therapist and the quality of the life that person is leading, how can you expect the NHS to do anything about it? Which of course is why perhaps the NHS is feeding this epidemic, because all it knows how to do is to provide antidepressants and second and third rate CBT therapy, which isn't going to help anybody.